do this earlier. I was grabbing and then came home and decided to just kind of cook the crab, put the crab away in the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna clean it later. So we got the War Band. We're happy to reveal the newest class coming to Darktide. Hive Scum hardened criminals from the very streets of Tertium. No one else knows this hive like they do, and they have the aggression and bravado to dig in and break as many bones as they have to reclaim their home. The Hive Scum class is coming on December 2nd, 2025, across all platforms. Oh, I also did look at the DLC before I looked at this because I wanted to see what's coming in it. So we have a new body, which I do like. Uh, it definitely has that kind of like underground vibe. I do like the hair. I know the character has different genders. They're not just one gender, which is good. Um, I can't wait to hear the voice lines. That's gonna be the big one because the voice lines are what steals the character for me. And Darktide has like all the voice actors in Darktide are either okay to goated, or let's say Vermintide too. The Tide. Let's say Tide. So deluxe class outfit, deluxe hairstyle, 6 unique weapon skins, unique deluxe tattoo set. So we have some weapon skins and we have a very industrial thing. So we have 6 unique weapon skins. So as we can see the weapons. One clearly looks like a knife. The other is a crowbar. The other is kind of like a like hatch, or not like a hatchet, like a kind of broad, kind of like axe. It looks like it's made from a pipe. Looks like a hand pistol. So I'm assuming these weapons are custom made inside the hive, which is kind of cool because like lore reason, that's very nice. Also, when we have the we also have the I don't know, that's supposed to be a drill or something. It definitely gives drill vibe. And then we look like we have like basically, if I mean I'm not a gun expert, but if I had to say, this looks like an Uzi with a suppressor on it, or the Japanese. Well, actually, that's an Uzi. Well, I hope so. That'd be kind of stupid if you can unlock it. Crank for Mayhem, the Hive Scum access the concoctations of a more dubious origin is shown in the signature customization stem. Pick your own personal chemical mix, balancing bonuses to tear up enemies. Then pick up your own toxic kit, drench your saw in toxic coating, and control the streets with lingering chem bombs that set foes up for the kill. Okay, so we have kind of like from what I'm hearing, this sounds more like a chemist slash like alchemy, however you say it, someone who makes potions type class. Frenzy gameplay and dual wielding. these gunslingers and bladesmiths have a nifty trick up their sleeve. For the first time, Darktide, a class, brings true dueling expertise. Twin-wielded pistols to overwhelm enemies with firepower, and dual-wielding sheaves to make you an expert. Efficient killer with the fighting gets close. The Hive Scum is an expert in makeshift weapons, from crude shivs, brutal crowbars, to cool saws, for more sheltering class work. Spray and pray from afar with your dual auto pistols and stub pistols. Poor lead break ranks, don't stick around. No matter your approach, you have brutal abilities at your disposal. Tear through enemies with your abilities. Control the streets by disorientating your enemies with blind grenades, or drop elites and monsters in a single blast with a devastating missile launcher. I don't like blind grenades. We've already had that with Zealot, and we kind of had that with like a blinding effect with Veteran, and honestly, I I thought people argumentatively like, I mean, the blind grenade is pretty good for Zealot because it makes you more defensible, but also it could be offense. Where the flame grenade is okay, but I think on higher difficulties it's kind of meh, because like if I could get the blind grenade, I could possibly get my team up, and that could be really really good. So that could be good on like Havoc 40. So it's kind of like Take voices, tell your story through reimagined full body tattoos, new gritty hairstyles, and vibrant hair colors, and the first ever face paint and makeup. Choose from 6 distinct voices set across 3 personalities. So your Hive Scum. Wait. Choose from 6 distinct voices set. Oh, okay, yeah. So your Hive Scum doesn't just look the part, they own it. Whether you'll be in the money or the mayhem, make the streets of Atoma remember your name. So Hive Scum, glad December. I mean, I could purchase it right now. So we first got our first look. So I do like how the Hive Scum has kind of their own feel and their own vibe, and they wear the Aquila of the Imperium. Their first look at dual wielding, so I'm taking these are not going to be accurate. You're not going to be like a sharpshooter type class. You're going to be more like an up close burst fire in the face. We released a series of dev blogs, da 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 da. Starting now, the first dev blog focused on class design talents. Keep an eye out for the news feed, blah, 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 blah. We're going to come back to that dev blog in a second, but we're going to first look at what do you get. Oh, I mean, technically, I guess we already looked at that, but yeah, so it's not that expensive. It's partially good. So we're going to go back and we're going to look at the dev blog. Psychopath, Hive Scum, Morning Star, blah blah blah. Will been through that. Uh, Design class focus on you can build around in the new mechanic of stems and toxins. Okay. We have picked Hive Scum for our new class. We took a look at our existing classes and started categorizing them. Each class can fulfill multiple niches depending on the build, and each build fits stereotypical archetypes, a range for looking at the different types of build, power fantasy, and abilities for expression. This is just, we don't really care. Unique to the Hive Scum, the Chem toxin is a new mechanic coming to Darktide. Similar to Burn or Bleed, this homebrew toxin is its own damage over time effect, when the Hive Scum can apply through various ways, such as some of the unique weapons or one of the blitzes. It's a quite potent multiple application, can stack up to a certain limit. Certain talents also interact with the Cham toxin by triggering and applying it, and these things of the nature. A little further down, Stim Lab, the Cartel Special. Another new mechanic unique to the Stim Lab, thanks to the Underworld connections, the Hive, Scum, blah blah blah. Make their own custom. Just like the main skill tree, you gain 1 point to spend in the Stim Lab for every level, picking different bonuses to your cartel special. Players who opt into making their custom. Stims through the lab will start each mission with their stim equipped and will be able to use any of the stims found in the mission. Okay. Tries their own. The cooldown will depend on how many points you spend in the lab. The more by selecting upgrades. Da, 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 da. So we have 3 archetypes. Make builds and their unifying archetypes that act as forge foundation for each branch. We have the gunslinger, the ruffian, and the chemist. I am definitely caring about the chemist. I want to see what that's like. And of course, over time, there are 3 playable play styles playing together and become talent trees. Da, 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 da. That was the first archetype to come into being, and the best encapsulates the ideal of Hive Scum. Caught in the left branch of the skill tree, the focus on Gunslinger's overwhelmingly close range firepower and nimble dodging, a true run and gun playstyle. Default coherency, aura, blitz, and combat ability are all based on the ones the Gunslinger improves. Sneak peek of some of the talents in your face. Increase range damage at close range, which is further increased for a short while after floating. Like the wind, dramatically increased sprint dodge angle and the sprint dodge even without stamina. Oh, so they sound like they're just gonna hog all the ammo. God. When an ammo pickup is collected by you or your allies in coherency, everyone else in coherency also replenishes a small amount of ammo. Why not just make it where everyone gets the same amount of ammo? Or the same percentage as the person who picked up ammo. So like if you pick like an ammo tin and you get like 20 bullets, everyone else gets 20 bullets. Or like a percentage or whatever gun they're using. You know. Base Blitz, Splendor, an extreme quick to throw blinding grenade, which staggers enemies. This enables the Hive Scum to close the gap and get into their preferred range with very short effort. Regardless of the gun lines, or what gun lines the heretics are aiming your way. Sure, but my biggest issue is like, okay, you could throw it really fast. You could even throw it mid combo while swinging your melee weapon. Oh, that's good. You can recover blinder grenades by killing enemies. Oh. Base combat ability Desperado. Immediately swap to reload your ranged weapon, entering Desperado for a few seconds. During Desperado, the highest is immune to range attacks, spurning coastal stamina, and reloading does not reduce your ammo reserve. Oh, so maybe you could speed run with them. Close range kills extends the duration of Desperado. Keystone Vulture Mark. Killing special elites with a ranged weapons use stack of Vulture Mark, which improves range damage, range critical chance, and movement speed, and max stacks range special and elite killers for toughness for you and your allies and coherency. Okay. For those who want to learn a bit away from the range focus and enjoy feeling more like the guy who Cartel sends to quote convince quote those who don't cooperate, you were the ruffian found in the middle branch of the talent tree in the middle focus archetype that goes all in the aggression, still relying heavily on the modified dodging to survive. Duck weave and shank them in the back, or faster scolded with relentless pressure. Sneak peek dodges move further and last longer. Hyperviolence upon melee kill, you gain melee damage based on amount per kill. Okay. Coherency or Ruffian, increase melee damage for you and your allies. That's nice. Blitzbringer, a high-powered missile launcher. Which else is there to? What else is there to say? For when you really want something dead. Okay, that seems like that's gonna be overly powered. Okay, so it doesn't scale with anything. Combat ability, Rampage. We wanted a rage ability when you become unstoppable for a few seconds, as long as you really play aggressively and get lots of kills. Okay, Rampage. Damage reduction to become immune to stuns. Okay, melee attacks. Okay, they upgraded that. Adrenaline Frenzy. A very aggressive keystone encouragement is brawling. Okay, get rid of it. Okay, mass stacks, lose all. Stacks again, Adrenaline Frenzy, increasing attack speed and melee damage for seconds. Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff, baby. Found on the right branch of the talent tree, the archetype puts a bigger focus on unique stem and toxin mechanics. For the Hive Scum, gaining bonuses related to using stems, whether it is a cartel special from Stem Lab or normal stems found in missions, and applying Chem Toxin, though various methods, including weapons, more of that to the future blog. Let me see if this person texts me back. I'm going to do that really quick. Huh. When stem killing blows clears some corruption. Oh, that could be really good if you don't have a veteran or you don't have a zealot with those perks on. And if you do have that zealot and you could remove some of your corruption, he could just remove the rest of it. So that actually synergizes really well with zealot's blessed ability. I can't think of the top of my head because I woke up like an hour ago. Enemies affected with your Chem Toxin deal less damage, increase effects on monsters. Pretty good. Because bosses also count as like generals too. So increase critical chance for you and your allies. Coherency. Okay. The Chem Grenade throws a canister containing Chem Toxin, which breaks open and spills its content across an area. When it explodes, any enemy that enters the lingering toxic cloud will be affected with stacks of X of Chem Toxin. The Hive Scum has responded military gadgets to come up with. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. I need to get this fishing manual off my bed. Okay, or sorry, off my table. Apparently throws a canister. Okay, okay. The Hive Scum has proposed military gadgets to come up with a customized medic. Great, that can be placed down on the ground. This is supposedly this support ability that grants nearby allies the effects of Hive stems. Oh, okay. The stem lab allows you to craft the perfect stem to suit your playstyle. More cartel, special da, 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 da. So not so much of a perfect stem, but so it sounds like uh what was this one called again? The chemist? Sounds more like it's supportive but offense, which I like. The other ones kind of sound kind of goofy and fun. The keystones, use otherwise grants attack tendency for a long duration each stack. But most fun part of working with Hive Scum, missile launcher for sure, which is now called the Boom Bringer, which I think it's great. That's been really fun, and I really enjoyed that. And it's got fun things that hope players find. Okay, okay. Well, there's gonna be a lot of Xbox players, which is gonna be good. Which I guess I could probably just be like make a group post and then people will join. Um, but I think that's pretty much it for everything that we have seen so far. So I don't think there's any more news or anything I can kind of think of. So I will pretty much just kind of, I mean, I guess it went to the other one, because we already kind of read all this stuff. So I am really looking forward to the chemist. Um, I don't think people want to watch me level that up. I do have like a speedy way of leveling that up. So there's also going to be that. And there's also going to be like more stuff I got to buy because I got to buy my own fishing gear and I got to buy more stuff. And so, like, December is going to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be very purchase more stuff because I'll make this quick if you're still sticking around for this. Um, so basically, there is I gotta get a fishing battery, I gotta get a new light, and I also gotta get I'm hoping this battery is waterproof. I'm really hoping. Um, because I'm just thinking like, how am I gonna carry this battery? Um, but I guess because everything is kind of already set up, so I'm just thinking like, do I put the battery in the cart? Or I'm pretty sure I'd have to carry the battery and light by itself, which I'm just thinking like, how am I going to do that? And then on top of that, with the crab, which I guess the crab is like good. Um, Probably have to get not a new fishing pole. Well, maybe a new fishing pole actually, and a new like rod, maybe a new beaner. Um, Keep everything kind of together. And let's see what else do I need to get. Also, I need more jig heads. On top of that, I'm like really struggling with jig heads. That's probably like the most thing I probably need is a jig head. And I'm just thinking like what else? Probably new weights too. I don't have a lot of weights. I have a lot of like uh sink weights. So I'm kind of just like ah um let's see what else is there. Um Other than the light and battery and the weights, jig heads, I'm just thinking, oh, maybe more hooks. Yeah, I do need more hooks. That's another thing I'm kind of struggling with. I mean, I bought a pack of hooks, but I definitely need some more because all my hooks are like set for kind of big fish. And I'm thinking of doing like a drop shot setup and then calling it a day. So it's kind of like, ah, type situation. And then I'm also thinking of getting a third net. So the third net is going to kind of be like maybe like a thin third net. I don't want like a one they could kind of just walk on type scenario. So that's going to be with that. And then I probably have to get also a bigger beaner to kind of strap all the net stuff on because it's kind of just like, and I'm also thinking like, where am I going to keep this rope? Because I do have like an extra set of rope. So I'm just thinking like, okay, am I gonna have to like carry that in my hand? Because usually everything I just put in the cart. Um, but yeah, I think I'm good for a little bit. Um, I'm just thinking of like, what else do I need? And then, because once December ends, it's pretty much just gonna be like I should probably have everything kind of set for June because I don't see any reason like I don't see any reason why I need to get more fishing stuff. I could see maybe like the collapsible pole being a thing. I could kind of see that, or just having like a normal pole. So it's kind of like, yeah. But I will leave it at that with my fishing adventures. And so I will catch you guys another time and hope you guys like that one. Hopefully recorded. Um, at least the screen. So I'll